Hey guys, I'm here with Ken Hausmann from Tops Markets at our summer snack and dry grocery session. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, Joe. Thank you for the opportunity.
Great, and we met yesterday on the store tours, and so we got to talking, and he had a really interesting background and history with the company. So I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your origins in the business.
Sure, absolutely. I've got actually a 15-year career within the industry, all at Tops Markets. I've had the opportunity to work for a great organization for that long. Actually started working out in the stores, pushing carts, working my way up through operations, in department management roles, and then moved up to the corporate space in about 2007, and had an opportunity to kind of work my way up through the organization through a variety of roles through the center store merchandising area, managing a lot of different categories, and actually took on a new challenge heading up the natural and organic and especially foods efforts for us just past February, which has been a cool opportunity to be able to really get exposure to every category amongst the store beyond just center store, fresh included. So it's been pretty fun so far.
Awesome. And since you came from the store level, you mentioned yesterday that you think there's a big benefit in having worked in the stores before going into the category management side.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I truly wholeheartedly believe to be a great merchant, you really need to understand the inner workings in store as well. Because not only do we sell to our consumers, we sell to our operators.
Mm-hmm.
We're strategists at heart, category managers are, but your strategies need to ultimately be executed in the store, right? So kind of understanding and speaking their language and understand the pain points and opportunities they have could ultimately help you tailor better programming to be executed in the store and grow sales and reach more customers, which is the end goal, right?
Yep. And since you cut across categories, can you tell us a little bit about how you work with the different category managers? Since I think it's a lot like private label. They cross, so you have to work in tandem with them. Correct?
That is correct. That is correct. And really, this role is a wet ball of clay for us. So it's a good opportunity we've had. I have it, in my lap right now to kind of spearhead the effort in terms of how's this role going to look, and we really are an influencer. It's very important as natural and organic begins to become more mainstream, that the mainline category business managers understand how the trends play within their total mix. They need to understand that they ultimately continue to drive their categories and drive consumers into our stores. So, I mean, for us, it's really creating that environment of inclusion and, keeping them in the know of the trends and the ideas and the concepts that relate to their specific categories in the natural and organic realm. So it's really, as you so eloquently put, it's a lot like private label as we influence decision across the company, which is, a unique position to be in for sure.
Okay, and I'm assuming that includes bringing the latest trends and insights to them.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we have some really good, diverse and talented people within our organization, but to have that team that's purely focused on that area of business is really imperative that can continue, because again, natural and organic is here to stay. It's not necessarily a category. I like to think of it as a lifestyle amongst every category within the store. So it's really, again, bridging those relationships so everyone's on the same page and everyone is in the know, and there's not this siloed approach, because that's not how the consumer shops. I mean, we're beginning to integrate more stores. That meaning actually not kind of drifting away from the store within the store concept and doing more of a mainline category. The natural and organic categories will reside in the same aisle.
Okay, kind of like the segregated but integrated that we talked about yesterday.
Correct. So, it's not necessarily fully integrated where cereal, you're going to see organic oats next to the Cheerios. It's going to be 4-foot, sections or larger, depending on category trend and demographics of each particular store, segregated. So you get that call out still, but again, you're getting more traffic down those aisles. We wholeheartedly believe that we're going to continue to increase our business and reach more customers, because the mainline consumer or the millennial shopper that's shopping this area of business, they want to go down the aisle of where they typically shop to find these products. So,
gotcha.
We're really excited about it.
Great. And what particular trends have you seen, I guess, from here at the session and in general?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the natural and organic business specifically for us, we've really been focused on center store, really trying to get into the mainline packaged goods, traditional categories, pantry fill type items. Really what we're beginning to see is retailers need to begin to build out, getting more involved in fresh, dairy, frozen, and really having that transcend across the whole store. So in other words, you know, you're going to see natural and organic presence in the next couple years really transcend across every category in every one of our stores. So we capture, again, more customers, more fresh. And on the grocery side, it's continued clean ingredient decks. Plant-based has been
yes, that's we've seen that a lot. Yeah.
Absolutely, all kinds of plant-based products is continuing to take hold. All the different diets and trends from the keto diets of the world. Paleo's making a comeback. Probiotic drinks has most certainly been an area of growth over the past couple years. And you know, there's pretty much a new trend. You know, every other month or so, or really every other week. So that's what makes this business so exciting. And in the natural organic realm, it's great. And we have the ability to really leverage ECRM and RangeMe for that matter, kind of segueing into that.
Yeah, I was reading my mind.
Yeah, segue into that to really help us understand that. I mean, we don't only come here for new sourcing ideas or new items or, you know, finding the next big buy. It's really to understand the trends and really get with the manufacturers and really build new partnerships that can continue to let Tops be on top of the trend, and so we can do right by our consumers. And RangeMe is such a beautiful format that's really at your fingertips, and that you can see all the new items and products, and instead of getting, you know, hundreds of phone calls or emails with huge decks that blow up your email file, you can actually go on the app and click the products that you want based on category, what's on trend, and you actually get even alerts on your phone that tells you, hey, you got new items this week. It reminds you once a week. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty intuitive. And we've been leveraging it for close to a year now, and you know, really all the other category managers use it and leverage it, and we really enjoy it.
Do you find a good mix? So do you have that, the 24/7, 365 platform, and then here you could take a deep dive and make the relationships?
Absolutely, yeah. That's exactly why we're here. You know, we're here to, you know, build those relationships. I mean, we're very prescriptive. Tops has been using ECRM for many years. I've been personally using the events for about 5 to 6 years now, and they've really become a pivotal tactic in our planning process, depending on the categories we're looking at. And I think the ECRM folks do a great job of aggregating a diverse set of vendors and manufacturers, and you can get things done in a real condensed amount of time. So you're going back to the office hitting the ground running. Not a lot of follow-ups. It's just let's turn the key and go, you know?
Right. So it's a big return on your time that you invest.
Absolutely. I mean, we put a lot into it. You know, the pre-planning is very important. Coming in with a clear-cut objective will ultimately help you maximize the meetings that you have, and ultimately help the vendors too maximize their time as well. So I mean, that's something that we've been fostering for the last few years. That's been really helping us pay dividends when we come to these events.
Great. Well, one final note. Speaking of vendors, what would you recommend to our vendor community as far as how to best prepare when they're going to come in and meet with a buyer like yourself?
Absolutely. I think it's really understanding what your objectives are. Just like a retailer has to understand what their objectives are, you establish what you're looking for, whether it be, you know, new item placement or even just understanding how retailers go to market. I'm finding a lot of vendors that we have here today are really just trying to get in front of FaceTime with vendors to understand what they're looking for, so they can come back maybe a year from now and, you know, be ready to go in terms of retail. Come in prepared, understand the retailers that you're in. ECRM does a really good job compiling all the retailer information and what their objectives are for the show. Really encourage everybody to take the time to read those, because that's going to, again, ultimately help you maximize both yourselves and the retailer's time, for sure.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you for your time. Again, Ken Hausmann from Tops Markets, and this was a great interview. Thank you for all the information.
Absolutely. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it.
All right.